Hello, self lovers. Welcome to another episode of Komal Speaks Self Love. This important thing that we all need to focus on. It's a very important emotion which some of us do not know how to deal with. And I've learned it a very hard way. And I've dealt with most of my life. Most of my life has been around this fear. What if I tell you fear is a very important emotion? You might say that it's the worst, it makes my body shake and it makes my heart pound. But what if I tell you your body is doing that to protect you and prepare you to be more alert? Or there is a subconscious thinking in your mind that, okay, if this happens, there is a negative consequence that you don't know about or you know about, which is threatening, life threatening almost. First is normal fear, like there is an exam or something that you know that will bring some sort of fear because some stakes are at it, right? And then there's another form of fear where you generally should not be afraid of it, but then you are afraid of it. For example, having a conversation with a friend, and because you had a history of having a difficult conversation or a phase where maybe they scolded you or made you feel unsafe, now you are scared because you feel that maybe that is going to repeat. So that's probably anxiousness because you don't know the reason behind it and it's kind of unknown and it's bothering you. And when it goes severe, it can even be a panic attack sometimes. And I am not here to diagnose panic attack because it can be purely physical and a mental disorder in itself. I am speaking only for folks who do not have these conditions and they are feeling these things in their body, or maybe you're someone who wants to seek therapy for your anxiety or for fear, or maybe you feel just fear and you feel that that is not right in your body. First thing when it comes to fear is that there are two emotions actually. Underneath is fear, but above it is judgment. Like whenever you have fear in your body, automatically your brains go like, okay, this is not good, I should not be feeling it. That's the number one problem. You need to look at it and be like, this is normal for me to feel, and even if I feel it, it's okay for me to feel it. And years of therapy, and I have practiced, whenever I feel anxiety, and I felt anxiety in a very deep sense, and my therapist would ask me to feel that emotion while I'm breathing deeply. While I'm breathing deeply, when I observe, I go from experiential mode to observation mode now. So whenever I did that, I felt like, okay, even if I'm feeling this fear and I almost feel like I'm going to die, I'm able to breathe into it, I'm able to see it. And that's where this first layer that I talked about goes away. Like, it's not fatal for you to feel anxiety or fear. Fear is very natural and it's a divine emotion, just like anger. Just like we spoke about anger last session, now we are going to speak about fear. So drop the judgment about the fear and accept the fear. It might sound like, okay, how am I gonna accept fear because it's so overwhelming. I get it. It's not easy, and it's not easy to, sit yourself down and feel the fear and breathe into it. It's almost feels like you cannot do it at all. First and foremost thing that works the best is speaking to a close friend, because when you have the fear and you speak it out, now that fear is exposed, it's not unknown anymore. So when the other person listens to it, or just because you shared it, there is now a connection between your emotional brain and your forebrain, and now it's more rationalized. You understand it, and when you understand something, it becomes 50% less scarier. If you don't have help, seek help in some other way, like ask strangers, maybe ask a family member. Maybe you cannot depend on others every time you feel fear or every time you feel anxiety, and that's just too much on them and too much on you too. So you have to learn how to self-soothe. So my approach would be, I know it's hard to breathe into it, but try and breathe into it. If you are having trouble with it initially, what you could do is start treating it like a child, like a small child who is afraid of something, and you're curious to know what it's afraid of. You simply ask it questions. So what happens is we are overwhelmed and we can't go into questioning mode. That's where awareness needs to come into practice. But awareness does not simply come like that. If you're used to going through your emotions through your body or feeling it intensely, then it's really hard for you to look into your emotions. So just know that when you try and do it again and again intentionally, like let's say you do it 3 times intentionally, the next 3 times it's a little bit easier to do, and then if you have done it like 10 times, 11 times, it's like automatic to you. Almost it feels like very natural to you to think about it. Whatever fear you have in your life, think about it right now, and think about it like a small child who is like afraid of it. Now, what are you going to say to this child? First of all, if you tell a child direct solution to something, it might feel like, okay, this person did not even understand what I'm going through. They just gave me one solution. But maybe that's what, if that's what your child wants at that point of time, go ahead. That's the real thing. But sometimes, especially someone like me who feels a little invalidated in life, especially with respect to her emotions, I think a little bit of validation is required. Like, I need to tell this child that, hey, I see that you're scared. I see that you're scared. And it's okay for you to feel it. I know why you feel like this. It's okay for you to feel this emotion because the situation that you're in makes sense. It completely makes sense. So in this way you validate it. In that way, this first layer is there, no? It will go away. It will be like, okay, I do not need to judge the fear that I have. It's okay for me because it's justified for me to have this fear. It's my body's mechanism to protect me. It's not against me, it's for me. And the next thing that I would do is sit with that emotion and be like, how can I help you? How can I help you in a way you feel empowered, or you feel loved, or you feel encouraged to do that? Become that support system for that emotion. The next thing that you could do is simply let it feel whatever it wants to feel and know that logically you're okay. As in, it's create that container for that emotion to simply feel it and leave it, let it go, not hold it in and not judge it and say that this is not okay. Okay, you feel fear, it's okay to feel fear. Just say that it's okay to feel fear and let it go and create that space for you to feel that emotion. And most people think that when you let yourself cry, you keep on crying, but that's not true. When you put your logical brain or an observer brain onto your emotional side, you actually stop crying at one point and you're like, okay, I'm done crying now. Like a small child, be it any child, if they fear something and next moment they forget about it, because they have already felt that emotion and they're done with it. Maybe they have found a solution for it or not, but they move on from it. In similar way, if you create a container for yourself, you are able to feel that emotion and let it go, simply your body becomes lighter. When you do this again and again to yourself until you soothe yourself completely, it becomes very natural to you. There were times when I used to fear a lot, but when I start to talk to that voice and strongly tell what my inner child really wanted was for me to tell it that I'm here with you. I'm here with you. And when I was there with myself, I could see that my anxiety is calming down. See if you can do this to yourself. Try it once or twice and let me know in the comments if this has worked out for you. Click on the thumbs up button if you like this video. Share it with a friend if you think it might help them. Tell me in the comments if it was helpful. Click on the subscribe button for more videos like this. See you in the next one.